Welcome back, Chef Fred. Well, this video is mainly for you, but for whoever else is watching as well. Today we're going to be making pasta from scratch. And we're going to be using a couple of things. First of all, we're going to be using all-purpose flour, 2 eggs, sea salt, and this is one of the things that I've always wanted to use. I forgot the name for it, but it always comes up when you're rolling dough. Okay, so let's begin. We have a cup of flour. We actually need a little more, so we're gonna get a little more flour. Let's put it in here. Okay. Okay. A little more flour. A little more flour. Okay. I have to get all these little clumps out real quick. Okay. Put it all into the all onto your whatever you are using. Okay. Then with your 2 forefingers, you gotta make the little weld as big as possible to fit 2 eggs. Not as big as possible. Let me add 1 more spoon of this flour. Just 1 more spoonful. Just 4. Right here. Okay, that should be enough for 2 eggs. Let me just make it a little bigger. Now the thing with cooking is you can almost eyeball it for certain things, but with baking you have to have almost exact measurements. So that's why I find cooking to be a little better than baking, but baking is good for desserts and stuff like that. I've heard that you got to use your thumb. Okay, probably did it wrong. Okay. Ooh. Maybe make it a little bigger. Just a little bit. Okay. Add our other egg. Okay. And then with a fork, you break the yolks. Okay, then you whisk them in together right here. You just gotta whisk them together. Almost kind of scrambled. Not really. And then slowly you start to incorporate the rest of the flour. Let me just keep doing that so that it keeps staying in. And then you bring in more and more flour each time. Till it's starting to spill. It's starting to spew out. Oh, that is not good. It's okay though. You can always do it like this. Just a little bump in the road. But anything works. Put it in. Up until you have it so where you can't mix it in anymore. It's not going to be rubbery, but just put it in together. Anything you can. So you can't move it anymore. You need to use your hand. Put it all together. Now, let me get my knife. Trae un cuchillo. My little brother bring it to me. El black. Get that all off. I'll leave it right there. Still keep making it. There's still little pieces. You have to get it all. And you do want to use an apron for this, because if not, you will get flour all over your shirt. And it's not that it will stay there, but it's gonna be just annoying for the rest of the day. Just patting your shirt, having dust fly all over the place. Kind of like baby powder. And I did use gloves for this because I find it better than having all the dough stick to my hand. And I know you can also put flour on your hands to prevent that, but still, just my way. Okay, now we will take all this dough off from right here. Just roll it down. It does come rolling down eventually. That, just like the flour. So you can roll it in little pieces and it just comes right off. Like this. We're going to get our knife, and any pieces on the outside, just bring them in. All the pieces, bring them in. Every piece. And the ones that fell, that's una cuchara, la que estaba ahí adentro, con arena. Es la que está aquí adentro. So my little brother passed me the little spoon in here. Que tenga poquito. A little flour on it. Okay, can use this. Just coat my knife. It should do it. After my knife, my own hands. Okay. Now that it's all together, you just bring it in with your hands, like that. Just gotta knead for a while. Usually a couple minutes. The suggestion is around 10 minutes. I like to do it 10 minutes, hold, stop and hold, and then go for another 5 minutes after that. But you should get this like doughy kind of shape. You just gotta keep going. All of it in. Gotta incorporate it in. All in. Just get that in. Put it all in there. All of it. Después poner pasa. We'll just skip into the next segment. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Just keep kneading and kneading. You have to do this for a long time, just to get a nice consistency. This is what it looks like, kind of like halfway through it. It should be like nice and pasty. Not pasty, but like a good size. Oh shoot. I just realized I did not add salt. Hopefully I still can in this moment. And just a little bit. Just a little bit of salt. Rest goes away. Put it in. Should be a nice almost smooth little ball. I mean, nothing's ever really perfect, but try to do it the best you can. Ya, cambié la batería. So after around 20 minutes of kneading, you will have to store it. It said 24 hours, but I believe I used to do it. If you want it done quick, it's better 24 hours, but if you want it done quick, you can also do it for 30 minutes in the fridge, so that you don't have to wait for a long time. So after you knead it, you just gotta put it in saran wrap. Open that up. Okay. Put it in saran wrap. Gotta grab it. Grab the dough and roll it up. Okay. Just like that. And we'll leave it in the fridge for around 30 minutes. Okay, so now after being in the fridge for around 30 minutes, you can now begin to roll out your dough. Now you are going to need to put some flour on the surface that you are using. Just enough so that it doesn't stick if you still feel it sticky. But still, you need to have it separate so it doesn't stick back together. So just put it anywhere you feel you're going to use it. Now, what I do is I'm going to cut mine in half. Now my method, since I am using, you also have to store this away while you're not using it so it doesn't dry up. Now my method is a little harder. So first we're going to put it down. Okay, and roller pin does take a long time, but I can make it work. Okay, once it turns into an oval shape, turn it 90 degrees and begin to roll it this way. I'm just going to go from the center. Since it is sticking, just that so it doesn't stick to my roller pin. I'm going to roll it out. After you roll it out, turn it again 90 degrees. And keep rolling on. Get some more flour on this. And roll, 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 roll out. Roll out. And after this, turn again, another 90 degrees. Okay, now with all-purpose flour, this method is not recommended, but I do not have a processor to get it to put it through. So I have to keep doing the same method. Get a little more flour, sprinkle it wherever you're going to use it. Okay, roll it out. Doing that. Okay, another 90 degrees. I keep doing it. Flour right here. Okay. Get it nice so that it doesn't stick to the flour, to the dough. that we have built up already. Try to get it spread as far out as possible. Sometimes it will do that. It just did. Again, 90 degrees. Get it turned. Okay. Roll it out. Roll it out. Keep rolling. Okay. After this, again. More flour on your surface. I do want to get it into a thin shape, but it is still not thin yet because, again, this is all-purpose flour. Double zero works better for rolling pins. But this is just how it used to be when it was none of the little processors. You have to do it by hand. Just roll it out. Oh, that is beginning to get sticky, so put flour there. Perfect. Use gradually when using all-purpose flour. Some more down. Nice sticky. Any little rolls, gotta get them out as soon as they happen. Sticky is almost never good. Hopefully I am not butchering it. Now salt can be added in with both in the water when you're cooking the pasta or while you're in the first stage. Okay, gonna roll it out. Make it into a nice thin shape. And then once it gets to the right amount of thinness that you believe you need, you start to do it into thirds or in halves, however you feel is best fit for your shape. Do it again, turn it, turn, get that out. Edge it out. And again, roll. You must keep rolling. Again, you roll. So that it doesn't stick. Sticking is bad. Again. thin as possible. 90 degrees. Okay. Not as thin as possible, but however you feel is best fit for pasta. Oh no. Alright. Okay. Now, we're going to fold it in half. Let's fold it in half. Again. You roll it. You roll it. Until it is thin. Let's get this like this. Sometimes it depends on the shape, how it will end up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut along here, cut along here to get a nice shape of my pasta. I'll do that. I'm going to roll that out in a bit too, but any long unwanted shapes put aside. And then again, as before, you roll. Roll. Just stretch it out if you want, to how you see best fit. You gotta keep it there a little bit though, to get that shape. Again, more flour. Nice blank surface. And you roll. Roll to your desired shape. Okay. That is all right. Okay. Flip. Get some flour on that. Get some flour on that. Remember, always do disinfect your surface before you begin to cook pasta, to make the pasta. See, it's beginning to get long and thinner. Longer and thinner. Longer and thinner. Now you always want it. And again, fold in half. You fold it in half. You begin again to roll. Again, to roll. Again, more flour. Again, roll. Again, to roll. sure it's as long as you desire, as thin as you desire. It can be whatever you want it to be. There's different methods. I'm gonna do the long noodle type method. We're all familiar with it, I assume. Saying that you're getting like a chicken Alfredo, stuff like that, that type of pasta. Well, you can use different shapes of pasta in that situation, but and again, go a long way. Like I said, with all-purpose flour and a rolling pin, it will take longer. Almost any situation. Get it to your long desired shape. Okay. Then you can begin. Pull that off. Just stay like that. And for the last time, to get it all, you roll it out. Okay, flip it. Then when you get it to your long and desired strip, which is about this long, I will be using this method where you roll into the middle. So you just go and you roll until you get all the way to the middle. Okay, right there. And then this way, down. Hold on a second, I messed that up. That was a little too tight. So you gotta roll down to the middle. You can leave it in nice big chunks, so you don't have to go cutting down lengthwise on your pasta. It's a nifty little method. Okay, when you get it to that size, you cut along the edge right here. You just go cutting however long you want it. Desired width. You can use a chef's knife for this. It's best to use a chef's knife, sharper. Okay. And you go down the middle with the dull end of your knife and let it unroll. You see that? Okay. Then you can grab it from there. When you grab it, so that you prevent it from sticking to itself, if you believe it will, just put it in more flour. Okay. And right there, you have your noodles, your pasta, however you want to call it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully in this next segment we will begin to cook it. We will make more of this though, that is for sure. Thank you, have a nice night. Okay, so the finished product of pasta is, I have it in long strings. That's the style I chose to go with. The pasta, just regular, and soon I will be cooking the pasta, but here's just an example of what the rest look like. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.